On the daily right now, Bitcoin is still down, but most of the altcoin market is up. And a lot of people are actually now wondering why. And it's because we are finally seeing exactly what we wanted to see for so long in this market. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about it, but it's happening and it's happening right now. Now, let's actually dive on in and talk a little bit more about the overall market, specifically how the market is reacting. And we want to go over this on the hourly, the daily, and the weekly mainly because that's what is really kind of the most important part of this. So number one, Bitcoin, 117.5K. It did have a sell-off earlier today. It was a little bit deeper than what we are seeing now. But Ethereum over 3,100 plus, XRP pretty stable, also XLM pretty stable, SUI and even HBAR also pretty stable here. But Bitcoin is down 0.9% on the daily, while Ethereum is actually up 5%. And now on the weekly, Ethereum is up 20+%, while Bitcoin is only up 8%. This is very exciting to see because if you guys did watch my video from yesterday, well then you already know that we are starting phase 2. I think that it's pretty official at this point to really kind of call it. And this is probably going to be pretty exciting for anyone out there that has been waiting for a while for their altcoins to really go crazy and make new all-time highs and go into price discovery. Well, guess what? That's what we could look forward to seeing going forward here. So I'm very excited to really, see what's going on right now around this market and see exactly what we have been waiting for happening. Now, let's jump over here to coin market cap. So we are at 3.73 trillion for coin market cap currently for the entire market cap of crypto. And the fear and greed is at roughly 68. Altcoin season, 36 out of 100. This continues to move up. Over the last couple days, specifically, let's just go on the weekly, we are now starting to see this really change, which is exciting. This is what we want to see since we are altcoin holders, and we have been waiting for a while for Altseason to appear. In the last 90 days, the top 100 coins by performance are now pretty much all green. There's only a few that are in the red, and some of these are actually, stable coins, which is kind of comical. But for the most part, most of the top 100 is up in a big, big way. Outside of this, if we go back to the cryptocurrencies list and we go to the top 24 hours, again, Bitcoin barely budging here, down 0.62% on the 24-hour span. Altcoins are still continuing to push even higher. Curve, for an example, is up 13.5%. ENS, Ethereum Name Service, up almost 17%. And the rest of the market is still looking pretty good here. And even if we go over and look at a few altcoins like Ethereum, for an example, up 5.2% today. This is what the last 7 days looks like. We're, just kind of breaking out of this range. XRP today on the daily. Let me refresh it just to make sure CoinMarketCap is not broken. Here we have the daily. Again, pretty stable for the most part. The last month, we started to really kind of break out in a big way. Same for XLM. We're just kind of stable here on the daily, waiting for the next big wave. SUI also pretty boring on even the last 7 days into that breakout. And then also even HBAR right now currently just kind of boring. This is just like a nice little downtrend, a little bit of consolidation before the next big move. Now, before I do continue, I want to quickly interrupt this to let you guys know that I have officially partnered up with ITrustCapital. There will be a link to their platform in the description below. This is probably one of the best platforms out there for any crypto holders that want to tap in to their premium custody accounts or even their tax advantaged crypto IRA platforms. Number one, with the IRA side of ITrustCapital, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, that's like the biggest selling point to me. It's the number one reason why I have been utilizing ITrustCapital for years now. They have, a great overall list of opportunities that you could actually tap into, including even Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and so many more. I think that they actually have 80 plus digital assets to gain access to, and we could actually see the ITrustCapital IRA account here. We could see the breakdown on the right side of what it looks like. This is tax advantages, buy and sell crypto 24/7, low cost, no monthly fees. And also, you get $100 when you sign up with my promo code NCASH7. You can claim $100 for your bonus. if you sign up right now. ITrustCapital has been around for a very long time. I fully trust this platform. I've utilized it myself. They have institutional grade security tied into it, 24/7 trading. It's very user friendly, real-time trading as well, self-directed control, staking and yield opportunities, low and transparent fees. And listen, you just can't beat a platform like this. So if you guys do want to go and check it out, you guys are more than welcome to with my link down in the description below. And with that being said, let's dive back on in. Let's actually start off with Bitcoin. So like I said, today, Bitcoin did have a nice little sell-off. We did drop a little bit from those highs. Again, 120.3K was my main target. This is where I did expect us to hit, some resistance. Since then, we did sell off a bit. I'm still waiting to see if we hit the 112, so like 115.3K level. I know on a few exchanges, let me go and check out what Bitcoin hit on CoinMarketCap, because it kind of takes the average around this entire market. So on the daily, we did hit around roughly 115.9K. So it's getting very close to this point, 115.3K. All we really need to do is tap this level or even get, a midline retest of this level, and that will be a demand zone sweep for the next high to actually be ran, which is still retesting 120.3K before having a slight little sell-off and then that continuation to the upside. But overall, I still think 130K plus is going to be happening here very soon. I'm going to go over a few things, but the main thing here is the Fed. I do think that we are about to see everything change around the Fed, which is going to awaken a storm of liquidity to flow into these markets and actually send them significantly higher. Now, what exactly is happening that I wanted to see? It's Bitcoin dominance. Guys, we finally have big impulsive red candles dropping to the downside on Bitcoin dominance. This is exactly what we wanted to see. 63.77% now. We lost that trend completely, and now things are looking very good. This is why on this move recently on Bitcoin, altcoins did not get affected that much, because Bitcoin dominance is starting to weaken in a big way. This is very good for altcoins. This is also very good for Ethereum, because the main thing that we want to see is Ethereum continue to break to the upside. I haven't taken a look at Ethereum dominance yet today, but if we look at it, yeah, exactly what we wanted to see. We're now starting to see Ethereum dominance back over 10+%, and it's breaking out to the upside off of those lows. This is a very, very good impulse move already on Ethereum dominance. If we could flip this 10.83% level, then we are back into some very crucial levels of support. Just for reference, here we could see all of that support back in October, December, even November of 2020, right before the biggest move of the cycle started. So this is telling me that phase 2 could very well be here. Now, on top of that, let's talk about the Fed. We just got a big update from Scott Bessent. He said that the formal process has started to identify Powell's replacement as Fed chair. Check it out.
You said previously the interview process would begin later on in the fall. There's been plenty of speculation as to whether that process would be brought forward. Mr. Secretary, do you still, as far as you understand, believe that's when the interview process to replace the Fed chair will begin in the fall, or has a formal process already started?
Well, look, there's a formal process that's already starting. There are a lot of great candidates, and we'll see how rapidly it progresses. It's President Trump's decision, and it will move at his speed.
So it already started, and we also got another big update from Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna. She confirmed that the imminent firing of Fed Chair Jerome Powell is now here. Guys, this is crazy. We have happening now. Fed Chair Jerome Powell's firing is imminent, according to Congresswoman, and this is Anna Paulina Luna. She said confirmed. We also have over here, and this is her official account. She said, hearing Jerome Powell is getting fired from a very serious source. I'm 99% sure firing is imminent. This is very interesting, because we've been hearing about this for a very long time, and we also heard from the Director of Federal Housing saying that a credible source told him that Fed Chair Jerome Powell is considering resigning as well, and this happened earlier today. So it seems as though things are starting to pick up a bit around this. This is also at a time where Bitcoin and crypto is trading at near all-time highs, stocks are at all-time highs, the real estate market is continuing to boom, and we just got this from Truth Social. Breaking, President Trump calls for an unprecedented 300 basis point Fed interest rate cut. By comparison, the largest ever individual Fed rate cut was 100 basis points in March of 2020. Fed should cut rates by 3 points. Very low inflation, $1 trillion a year would be saved. Guess what? Retail thinks that there's going to be 0 rate cuts in this month, which we're 14 days, we're 2 weeks out from the FOMC meeting. Again, even if we don't get a rate cut in July, September is almost guaranteed to have a rate cut with a 54.9% chance. I do think that we get it in September. We'll have to watch, wait, and see. But if we don't get one in July, I think that September is prime time. And this will only send markets even higher in the fall timeframe. So the markets right now are looking very good. Let's see what happens at the end of this month. June 30th is prime time. Also, July 30th. July 22nd is the next big date to look at. Why? Because that's when we get the M2 supply release in the US. This is at a time where we just saw $700 billion unleashed in China. Chinese liquidity is going parabolic with a $700 billion release. This is wild. And this is at a time where we could see China continuing to soar higher and higher in terms of the M2 supply, and the US is still extremely flat. So right now is the best time to be focused on the M2 supply release on July 22nd and the FOMC meeting on July 30th to see what happens around the Fed. And I think that if we don't get a cut this month, we could see Jerome Powell resign. They have already been looking at the replacement for Jerome Powell. We'll watch, wait, and see what happens. But remember the reason why we focus on the M2 supply. This is the Bitcoin chart compared to the global M2. We should be trading at $140,000 in September. If we are, while we get the rate cut on September 17th, right? Because that's the date here, September 17th, that will soar Bitcoin even higher. And it seems as though going off of the global M2, we should be significantly higher on the M2 supply as well here. It seems as though we're preparing for a rate cut in September, which is going to cause Bitcoin and cause the entire crypto market to soar even higher. From this point on, we should continue pushing higher into the fall timeframe, probably by the end of this year as well. And then from there, we really kind of just take it one step at a time. But the markets look extremely bullish at this point, especially with Bitcoin dominance breaking down. This is putting a lot of weight, in my opinion, on the shoulders of altcoins to really kind of soar even higher. I'm focused more on Ethereum right now. It seems as though phase 2 could be starting here, and that's going to lead us into the largest alt season in history of crypto. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.